Welcome back from the break. You're still on The Be Bold Show. I hope you've gone onto our website, thebeboldshow.com, onto Facebook, like the page, add your comments. Let's see what you're thinking about some of the stories that we've done on there, about the people that have been on The Be Bold Show. Your ideas matter.
But right now we are moving on with our Day in the Life of segment. And today we'll be looking at a day in the life of a real estate agent. Now, who would not want to buy and sell a house or rent it out? How exactly does that work? What happens? What kind of people do you meet when you're in this industry? So let's have a look.
Make it, but have something inside. I need to tell you how I started. I was a surveyor, not by a professional surveyor, but I was trained surveyor. So I was working with a friend. So we have been demarcating lands. We do the demarcation on the Spinters Road, Abacho, and then Wager Road. So as I was working under them, they were taking the money, but they were not paying me. So I worked with them for 3 years. So I decided to do my own thing. So I came and met one man called Mr. Lai. He was in the real estate. So I started working with him, going around looking for property for him. So he taught me how to talk to clients. So my first business I did was he sent me to Takoradi. Even though he hasn't been to Takoradi, I also have not been to Takoradi before. There was an expatriate who were looking for property. So he asked me to go to Takoradi. When I got to the Takoradi, the first thing I did was, it was late, so I slept at the lorry station. Then the next day I went around. I look at where the houses are, so I went around on beach roads, so I was able to succeed. And I got the house for the expatriate, so they paid the money. So when they paid the money, he divided the money into 4, so give him my share. So I started working with him. So along the process, we have 5 people at his office. But he wasn't paying us well. He's trying, when the money comes, and he's trying to take a larger share. So I look at it, I realize that I'm doing more effort than him. You see, sometimes the youth should understand that you must focus. You don't need to be envious and you don't need to be jealous. Whatever you are doing, the most important thing is focus. Where I started my life from, I was sleeping at a wooden structure where goats and sheep were together because I don't have a place to sleep. So the room that I used to sleep, when I was an independent, I came out from the person and then I had to sacrifice. If you want to be a self-employed, you have to be sacrificed. Sacrifice means not to go and do any DBO medicine, or you have to sacrifice means if, for example, you are going to buy a brand new shoe, any money that you make, you need to save the money. You have to learn how to save money before you can be a good businessman. If you don't know how to save money, you cannot become a good businessman. And also let people around your area have confidence in you. Because the people you are meeting on your way, they are the only people who can introduce you to the next level. Because if you don't have a good attitude, nobody can introduce you to anyone. Attitude is very, very important. So as I was living in this wooden structure, I have no bed, I have nothing to sleep. The only thing I have is bench. Wow. And what helped me is there's a plow. So I cut the plow small. Then I wrote house for sale, house to let. Then there's a hotel in the airport residential area, guest house. I will go and pick the number and put on. And I'll use that board to, but then Shangri-La was a bush, a small road. I'll go and paste it on the Shangri-La. There was a big mango tree along the road. And our former president, the junction, I'll go and pay one there. At the end of the day, 2 people will call that number, and I'll go to the hotel. I have no mobile phone. I'll go to the hotel, I'll pick the number, and I'll start calling the people. If they come to me, what I do is they should register. Wow. You must register, because that registration is what I will use for transportation. So many people also register, and I use that registration for pocket money, and I use it for transportation. I joined Totro to grow round, and I work a lot. You see, the youth should also understand that whatever situation you come across, it is a blessing. As I was walking from corner to corner, today I'm able to know every corner of Accra. You see, to me, I can say I was rejected from my family. I have father, but I don't have father. I have mother, but I don't have mother. So I was taking care of myself. There is no parent who was doing anything for me. I was doing everything for myself. But not for myself, because I know it is God. Because I can't do it for myself. It is God who is doing it for me. I slept with the goats for almost 3 years. I've never had one malaria before. No sickness. So I cut the plows more, what people call, and I'll be cutting that plow to a level that when you are outside, you can see the room. Wow. But I still believe I can make it. Sometimes when I came out, and you know the scent, the ghosts are very stubborn. But you know, God is good. One day I met a lady called Mrs. Mate. She was looking for property. In fact, even though there was a scent in my body, she took me in her car. And then what she did do, she gave me money to buy soap to go and bath. And I explained my situation to her. You see, even though I was in problem, but I did not undermine myself. I still believe that there is God. You see, God will take you through a situation from step to step, examine you. The youth should know that God will examine you. If you are a young man coming, what you can do to bring what is in you, that's what you should do. If your focus is you want to go to school, not all of us can go to school anyway, because all hands are not equal. Those who are good in school, some will become a doctors, and some will become a lecturers, some will become a professors. Those who are dropped out from school, most of them are business people, and they are the ones who come back and sponsor schools. They are the ones who own big company. So wherever you find yourself, you must be bold and be proud of that. If you are a young man. And then if you are a young man, you don't need to undermine yourself, and you don't need to discourage yourself. I'm somebody that I don't discourage myself. I always, what I cannot do, I promise myself I can do it. And wherever I find myself, whether difficult or I make sure I'm able to deliver. I learn from everybody and I respect everybody. That is my target. And every day, even though I work for myself, I have target for myself. Because, you know, we all claim there's a poverty and we all claim there's a challenge. If you are a student, how do you move from another stage to a stage? You must pass your exam. If you are a failure, doesn't mean that's the end of your life. You must continue. You know, failures are the ones who are able. Life is always like a ladder you are climbing. Life. Some will try and some will try to climb the ladder and others will fall. But those who are determined to climb the ladder, at the end of the day, they are able to make it. So you see some students, they write and write and write and write, they will fail. But as soon as they continue, they become a winner. So the youth should not discourage themselves, because as the Bible continues saying that there is something in us which is greater than the world. And what is that world? We have a lot of resources, a lot of things, but the Bible is telling us that you can be able to explore if you want. Life is a choice. If you want to be rich, you can be rich. If you want to be poor, you can be poor. It all depends the way you manage your life. You don't need to, when a customer comes to you is looking for property, the customers are always right. Because the way you handle Kofi, you see, when you are dealing with a customer, you don't look at money aspect. Even money is important. Let the customer feel good. Even if you are charging 10 CDs, make sure, if it's the first customer, make sure you charge him 5 CDs. So through that customer, he will link you to create an opportunity that the customer will still be communicating with you. You don't have to do things that will let the customer move out from you. This is what I do. So in real estate, I don't have third-party business I do. Let's say someone give me a business before I don't do that. All my customer and direct, and the customer I deal with, you can't take them from me. You can do everything, you can't take them from me, because I know the way I maintain my customers.
That's really hectic, you know, to be a real estate agent. And you know the commission is big though.
But then again, you really need to work hard. I mean, this guy, he says it's about 1 month's rent. So it depends on what kind of house you have managed to rent out or to sell, obviously.
But the thing is, people are always looking for houses. So eventually someone will get a house.
And like he said, the housing market has grown tremendously in Ghana. All the investment, all these people moving in, people moving back. There's so much happening. There's so much going on. And what I thought was very interesting, he started by driving his clients around in a taxi. So he had to begin somewhere and really make it work.
Move forward,
and he tried. He really
Do you know what I don't like about them though is if there's a problem with the place, they don't tell you, of course, because they want to sell. So I'm like, okay, you knew this plumbing work wasn't working and you didn't tell me, and now you've made, you know, I've bought the house or you rented the house, and so there's
a catch.
There's a catch. Now, how can people win some prizes and goodies that we have?
Tell us about all the problems you have faced in the housing industry, finding your house, renting a house, buying a house, and who knows, you might stand a chance of winning a gorgeous Lane Organics hamper.
And what else do we have for you? Also, we've got a So Aesthetics goodie bag, and as you know, the contents we're not going to tell you, but you saw the bag, it was pretty big, and we have a lot of goodies in there that you can win. If you're a guy and you win this, you can pass it on to your sister, your wife, your girlfriend. Trust me, it is worth it. It's a nice gift that you can give away.
And then lastly, of course, we have our Be Bold t-shirts that you can win. Call the Be Bold line
right now.
And then, you know, who knows, you might be walking away with one of the gorgeous Be Bold shirts.